morning. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool, huh? Huh. And it's not a filter. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. I do have a Om chant on in the background. I hope it's not too loud. I think it's probably low enough for you to be able to still hear me. I can't see who everybody is. You know, as always, I wear glasses, and so when I'm doing this, I can't see the screen in front of me. Anyway, we only have an hour this morning, and I probably wasted about 2 minutes trying to wait for some of you to gather rather than me just sitting here staring off into my living room. We're in my home. We're always in my home, but we're in my home today. And welcome. Welcome to my home. You're always welcome. And today we are talking about two things. The first thing is the law of attraction. The law of attraction. The law of attraction. Manifesting. Now, just to give you my personal experience with the law of attraction and the secret in particular, when I was, in about 2007 actually sounds more about right. I was at work one day and I was, wow, my ear is just kicking, man. You guys are just, man, there's a lot of good love and energy in the air today. The frequency in my ear just completely kicked in. And this happened to me once during the course, and I was literally interrupted and received messages, and I know it's coming today. So I'm just gonna kind of get myself back on focus and just let this sit there. And okay, it's distracting. My experience with The Secret. I'm at work. I'm sitting at my desk talking to somebody. Two clients come in, and I'm talking, how are you guys doing? How's everything doing? How is everybody? And the good. And my coworker says, she says, you know, something looks different about you guys. You guys seem a little different today. And the guy smiles at her and goes, oh man, it's The Secret. And my coworker goes, oh my God, you know The Secret, you know The Secret. And this guy and his wife, the two clients, it was a couple, just bursted out into this amazing conversation. And I'm sitting there with my eye, I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? Because, you know, as soon as I start hearing things, you know, when you start hearing things like this right from the beginning, and when you're still really set in those old mind ways, you start getting a little skeptical. I grew up in New York, and I don't know if you ever heard of Amway. I'm just gonna move forward a little bit. I can't get away from that ray of light. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen. It's just there. So we're just gonna have to deal with that beautiful spectral light. Look at that, look. Look at how beautiful that is. Right across my face, right? Just right where we need it. Oh, look. There's an arc there. So anyway, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you. So I'm listening to them talk, and I'm skeptical. You know, when I grew up, there was a company called Amway, and what Amway was this company that had all these like junky products, and they would get people to go and sell them door to door, and they would totally have this whole pyramid. That's where the pyramid scam. You know, you start at the bottom and you work your way up because you get 5 friends in, and they get 5 friends in, and you're making all money off of each other, and in the end, it's just one dude who's making all the money, and in the end, you all have a house full of junk that you can't sell to anybody. Right, so right off the bat, I just start hearing, oh, you can manifest, and it's about how the universe gives you what you want, and how you can will all these things, and how you switch your thinking, and I'm like, yeah, right. Go home, I go online, I start reading about it, I realize I can download the movie, so I download The Secret. Lo and behold, there are people in the movie who I am familiar with, who I love their work, Neil Donald Walsch in particular, and I was like, oh, maybe there's something to this. I bought the book. Now, I have always in my entire life, if my buddy Craig was here right now, he would say he always has, since I'm a kid, I always said these words, I always get what I want. I always get what I want. And I didn't mean it in an egotistical way. I never meant it in a male dominant way. And I never meant it in any sort of bad way. I just always had this craziness of getting what I want. Even though my life sucked, even though my parents were terrible, my sibling was terrible, all these things, I still knew inside my life was going to be fantastic. That even though the darkest days, there would always be light at the end of it. I knew I'd be okay. My children, I knew all this. And I always got what I wanted. If I wanted a new drum set, I saw one. Just somehow things just happened. And then I was getting the drum set. If I wanted to go here, I went there. See this, meet them. All these things my entire life. And then I started really thinking about that and this new information, the law of attraction, the secret. And I realized it's completely true. It's completely true. We do have this internal, intuitive connection to what will be appearing and manifesting in our path. Now this is where this conversation gets very serious. You see every single day, trust the universe. The universe will give you what you want. The universe is going to take care of you. The universe provides for you. I myself say, let your life unfold before you as your path was naturally intended to do so. Let your life unfold before you as your path naturally intended to do so. So, was I really manifesting and creating and bringing these things into my existence? Or was I receiving some internal knowing, some insight, some celestial awareness, some connection to what could possibly be waiting for me if I follow that guidance and voice inside? Because if we get distracted, if we let others manipulate us, take us away from our teachings, what happens? We're not manifesting. We're not creating. We're not bringing into our lives, and we are calling BS, because that is absolutely true. When somebody says to you, you can manifest anything you want in your life, they either A, are absolutely purposely misleading you, bear with me, B, they don't understand really how it works, or C, they're really still looking at the law of attraction through the conscious mind's eyes, through the ego, and they're not letting it be the voice inside and our internal knowing that is guiding them and correcting them. It's such, I wish I can, with the frequencies, it's not in key with that, but it's so good. So thinking of this, you have yourself said, well, I know I have manifested things in my life. I know I have brought things into my life. Or, as Jay is now saying, I know I have been in tune with the things that are meant to be in my life, could be in my life, are available to me in my life. But I've had so much trouble trying to manifest other things. I'm still depressed. I'm still alone. I still don't really feel love the way I want to. I don't have that financial abundance, right? We look at it with those eyes and we think of failure. What are we doing wrong? And that's because you cannot have what you want. You cannot have what you want. Even though I use that word my entire life, that energy of want, I was never putting out wanting it. If I said, man, I'm going to get, it was always, I'm going to get that. Now I say to you, I always get what I want, but when I was wanting it, I never looked at it like, oh, I want that drum set so bad. I want it. I looked at that drum set, or I looked at that person. I looked at that event, that band, that whatever it was, and I said, man, that's mine. That's mine. Oh, I'm all over that. Yep, I'll be in that sometime soon. Listen to the words of music. These were words of knowing. Knowing. So, when you are, and please, when I use certain words, if I describe a certain job to describe a certain income, I promise you I am not offending, and I'm not trying to offend you or be offensive. I have a lovely, beautiful life right now, and I'm grateful, but I have been through the darkest days, and I know, I'm not saying I've experienced exactly what you've experienced, but I bet your butt I know that pain and I know that feeling. So when I say certain things like this, like, I grew up in the projects in Queens, New York. 16 years old, I was going to Jamaica High School in Queens, New York, the same era, Run DMC, LL Cool J, right? Okay, same era, same time. My mother was never around. I lived in the house most of the time by myself because she was just never around, from 14 to whenever I got out. And I had buddies and friends and stuff over all the time, but I didn't have a lot of money, all these things. So let's take that exactly. I wanted, I wished I could become a rock star, and I wished I had millions of dollars and all those things. Now let's think of what I'm saying. Think of your life today. Whatever's going on in your life, wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, thinking, being, seeing, feeling, smelling, tasting, and touching is dictating your understanding of your reality and the energy you are projecting back out into it. Okay? So, right now, you are just, you've got 5 kids, 2 kids, 3 kids, a husband, a wife. You've got a job, he's got a job. Your family makes $100,000, $120,000. Hell, you guys make $200,000 a year. Or you guys make $60,000 a year, or you make $30,000 a year. Whatever that situation is, if you're saying, you know what, honey, you know what, kids, everyone right now, start being grateful for that big bag of money we're going to find. Let's call and manifest. Let's use the law of attraction and let the universe provide for us. And we are going to walk through the park one day and we see it. I'm so grateful for it. And there it is, this big bag of money. And we'll do it the right way. We'll bring it to the police and let it sit for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. No one will ever claim it, and it'll be ours. And we'll have millions and millions of dollars. Manifest this. Believe this every day. Now, is it going to happen? Maybe by some little small freak happenstance. No, I'm kidding. It's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen. So the first aspect of law of attraction manifesting into your life is you have to manifest what is within your current existence and reality. Listen again. You have to manifest what it is you naturally are going to experience and must experience right now in your life to get to the next point. As you keep on following your natural path, letting life unfold to you, feeling the intuitive nature, knowing, nope, I'm not turning left, I'm going to go right because right is where these things are. This is the path that has those for me. This is the path of chaos and distraction. We have to learn how to feel that inside, and it's baby steps. So you don't keep making yourself crazy. Oh, I'm going to manifest love in my house and no one's going to argue. And I'm going to manifest abundant materials and clothes and riches and new jobs and all of these things. When you are not in a position to be in that position, you are not going to manifest it because you are trying to basically throw your current vibrational state of existence 50 yards away when it only needs to be an inch away. Now, I love Oprah Winfrey. I love her. Love Oprah. One day, I'm gonna go there. I have seen 1,000 times sitting on a couch having a conversation with Oprah. I love Deepak Chopra. I don't know if I'm being delusional, imagining, or receiving that intuitive knowing. Oh, everything right now is telling me, yup, man, that is exactly what is gonna happen for you. But in that same token, I would call them out right now. I love Deepak. I love Neil Donald Walsh. I love Oprah. But I would call them out right now and say, if that's the case, if we can manifest anything we want in our reality, then why are there still starving children? Why do we still go to war? Why are we still controlled by a monetary-based society that runs on fear? Why does church and state still control us? Why are we all living a life that was not intended with creation? Why are we not manifesting a cure for illnesses? Really? Because money and expensive clothing and artwork and all these things are what's really important to have and experience in this reality, in this life? So I asked Oprah and I asked Deepak, yes, I know, the collective consciousness of our planet, the projected energy of everyone is chaos. It's getting there. That light is coming in. It's reaching inside of you. All of you, for some strange reason, have been feeling like over the last few weeks, something's been happening. Coincidentally, you've been watching and reading my videos and writing more often. Things are resonating truth with you. You're seeing the light. And you know, you can't have anything you want. Because when you want, I want a new car. I want $1 million. I want world peace. What you are putting out is want, want, want. And as that echoes out into the universe, and as that frequency tries to line up with your naturally intended path, with your natural frequency, it is not resonating in harmony, and you are only receiving back the feeling you are putting out of more want. So you stop wanting, because when you woke up this morning, when your eyes opened up and you went like this, you had every single thing you would ever need in this life, and you don't need or want anything. You are absolutely, infinitely grateful to be here another day and experience this reality as your natural path unfolds before you. You don't project expectation into your path or another. You don't want materialistic objects or abundant finances to have more of this and feel that it's going to give you some security or from some false sense of purpose. You want nothing. You opened your eyes this morning. You have air. You have water. You have food. You have a roof over your head. Hopefully. And if not, then I'd ask, how do you have a phone to watch this, but not a home? Regardless of the fact. That's the issue, everybody, is it's what we're perceiving we really need in our lives. What we're perceiving and projecting out into the world, why things are chaotic. But I said, we're learning, you're learning. To stop saying, I'm learning. But this is something I understand. And you know, things manifest. Things manifest in my reality as they're supposed to. Things appear in my reality when they're supposed to. And there are things that I know are going to appear in my reality. Why? What is the secret to the secret that no one is telling you? No one. What is the secret to the secret? It's to connect with the mind and consciousness of yourself tomorrow, the day after, not in thought, not in projection, in being, in knowing, in listening, in meditating, in understanding and receiving. Your higher awareness, God, the divine source, there's my Queen's accent, the divine source. God, Allah, Jesus, whatever image you have been told to see the divine energy in. When you connect with that, when we shut up, when we quiet our mind, when we accept that I'm not the name my parents gave me, I'm not my social security number, I'm not an employee identification number, I'm not a student, I'm not an employee, I'm not even a human, because these are words. It's language. It's something we created to perceive and communicate when honestly and truly, and I kid you not, I came prepared. The deepest moments I have with my sons, with my daughter, with my wife, with my 3 dogs, with my ferret, with my fish, with my 2 tortoises. The deepest connections I have with them are in silence. It's looking past the material that makes up the eye. It's looking past the liquid inside. And it's being pulled in and pulling from that energy that we are. And connecting on a way that transcends language. The law of attraction manifesting into your life can only be done by you resonating with the natural intention of your life right now. Let go of expectation, please, please. Try it. Just force yourself. But how do we do this? Well, that's where words come into play. And this is a really sensitive subject right now, and I'm going to tell you why. Where I grew up with, who my parents were, how we communicated in my house growing up, was always with profanity, always yelling and screaming, always backed by anger and frustration. And of course, we know it was just everybody was afraid and in fear because they had no idea what the hell they were doing. So we grow up, regardless of our education or where we come from, we grow up using the words that we know how to use and describe. This past week, I've been doing the writings all the time, right? I'm doing the writings. I have a bunch of them on my website, the free ebook, the book on Amazon, and this is where I'm going. So anyway, I can talk about this quick so we can get on to this. So I've been writing some of the most beautiful stuff I've ever written in the last 2 weeks. It has been resonating with every single person who has read it. And I use the word dominate, to describe what energy we need to now put out in the world. You and I, we need to dominate the darkness in the world. We need to dominate with it, with our love and our light and our kindness and compassion, okay? Bear with me. I get a message finally, not finally, a few weeks, days later, blah, 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 a very long-winded message basically saying that I shouldn't use the word dominate because it has a very male energy behind it. And again, we're talking about one individual's perspective. I took that into consideration because I understand that, and I replied and I said, listen, I absolutely understand and I agree that that word has been used in a way of darkness for a very long time. I said, but it is not the way I intended it. If you read what I wrote, you would absolutely see and understand that that is not the intention. Again, paragraph after paragraph after paragraph after paragraph of their perspective of how I shouldn't do it, because Terence McKenna said in an interview that words can create a schism inside of people, and this can, and regardless if this is true or not, it went on too far. And I said, listen, I understand your point. They said, how about embrace? I said, embrace is not the same thing. When we are embracing something, we are letting something come into us and we are taking on a new perspective. But dominating is an energy we're putting out. And I never mean dominate like I'm going to dominate you. I mean it as in the majority force, right? That's all I meant it in. Let's take our energy and dominate the darkness. And even, you know what, even if it does need to have a little strength behind it, a little oomph to really push that darkness down, then use it. But anyway, what this person didn't realize, what they didn't realize is their entire thing that they were doing to me. Not only were they projecting their perspective on me, they were expecting me to simply drop what I was doing, go back and change things and jump into their light and their path and understand their way. But most of all, what they were doing was they were jumping and coming at me with a misguided masculine energy. And this was coming from a woman. And I said, please stop. I said, I get it, I got it, I understand, please stop. Didn't stop. Paragraph after paragraph after paragraph after paragraph on my post. Finally, I hid story from. I didn't block, and it didn't stop. I blocked. I told you we remove if something like that is doing something. This was just totally taking a baseball bat to my frequency. It will create second guessing and self-doubt, and I can't let that ever happen because I know my truth, where I've been, what I've seen, what I've connected with. I know. And I know I am on my natural path. And when that word is meant to change in me and be used by something else, it will be. If you watch my YouTube series that's almost 2 years old now, I curse in it, I yell in it, I get mad in it, and that was all being filmed as I was still tearing layers of myself off of me, but delivering divine messages as best as I could. So, that was the truth of this story with this person. Well, yesterday, I log on to Amazon to check my inventory of my book. I noticed that there's a 9th review, and just so I can say this, if you have purchased my book on Amazon and you have not left a review, I ask that you please do an honest review on how the book made you feel and resonated with you. Please do that, because you will help somebody else understand if the book is meant for them. Regardless, I saw a 9th review. All of a sudden I see it's 1 star when all of the reviews of my book have been 5 stars. 1 star. I see the title is Narcissistic, Dominant Male, Watch Out. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do to this person? And I start reading and I'm like, oh, and then all of a sudden there it is. It has nothing to do with my book. Nothing to do with my book. And everything to do with the correspondence and not me accepting her perspective on my Instagram post. So of course I reported it to Amazon because it's not a fair review. She did not even read my book, did not even purchase my book. This is absolutely defamation of character, slander, and it's beyond that. It's actually an illegal term, which I would never do. It's actually called character assassination. It's called character assassination. She actually described and portrayed somebody that you know I am not. And I go to Amazon right now, look up the Book of New Light and read the review if it's still there. You're going to be like, oh, you're going to be like, that is terrible, that is terrible. But don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Don't project fear. I'm totally good. I feel bad for this person. I feel bad for her. She is so mixed up that she is where I once was, and we all go through. And she's tearing out these layers, and she doesn't understand that. I agree. I agree. Our perspective right now in society does look at that word as something that could be perceived as a negative because of how it has been perceived in the past. And that's what I'm talking about right now, this aspect of words, language, negative words and positive words, because words do have a creative energy. Even if I didn't intend it to be that way, even if I would never think of it that way, even if you didn't read it that way, she did. It created that energy inside somebody else. And for that, I apologize. I'm trying to find the best way I can with my current capacity of intelligence and understanding to describe to you things that do not have words. When it's Raphael or Michael or God or Jesus or my higher awareness or Buddha or all at once, it turns into words because I perceive and understand with words with my conscious mind. But before it is translated into language, I know. And I'm sorry. When I say we will always judge, we will always use judgment. We're here to gauge our reality. Should I go left? Should I go right? Is that hot? Is that cold? Do they seem like a good person to me? Are they resonating positively with me? Or are they resonating negatively with me? That's judging, that's gauging, that's evaluating and assessing, right? So even when I use the word judge, I always say this. I always say, that person right now goes, see, there's that male dominant energy. And please just take that someplace else. Because I am my ego. I am the best parts and trying to be the best parts of who I know I always should have been in this reality while maintaining my higher awareness and being that observer in the middle. So when I say judge, you're going to judge. The only thing I ask that we do is switch, shift our perspective. Don't judge from that bitterness, that place of anger. Don't judge with a heart of harshness and cruelty. Do not judge. Now, I'm not projecting and telling you what not to do. I'm saying for myself, I do not, I try not, and I try to maintain mindful awareness to not judge with a heart of harshness and cruelty. And I try to judge, evaluate, assess, gauge, process with a heart of kindness and compassion, one of sympathy and compassion. If a person is being mean, I can't judge that harshly and meanly because I'm only taking that energy and now creating this just field that I asked that person to stop creating with me, and they didn't. And I took out my big celestial scissors and I cut the cord. We all need time to adjust. We're all on a natural path that is going to happen for us. Manifesting in your reality is resonating with the frequency you were intended to resonate with. Manifesting in your reality is being guided by your heart and not your mind, following the voice in your heart and going in that direction. The words we use are going to assist and distract, attract and deteriorate our path before us. One more time. The words we use can distract, alter, deteriorate, or bring forth our path in clarity. What my friend who left me such a beautiful review on Amazon should have been thinking about was, how do we turn society into one that starts letting go of thoughts and projections of dominating somebody with darkness? How do we stop projecting and living and seeing hate and fear? How do we start every day bringing spirituality into our work? Because when you sit behind your desk at your job and you are so bored with your job because you hate your job, it's because you are not letting your spiritual awareness enter the workforce. How do you think Oprah, Deepak Chopra, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, they all know something inside is true? They let that path guide them, and they let that voice be what guides them inside. Think of what I'm saying to you. Resonate in your truth. Avoid distraction. Watch your language. Give your body and mind time to adjust to the new frequencies, to this new feeling you have. All of the thoughts and pain and past emotions that have been resurfacing in you are not for you to re-embrace. They're not for you to reprocess and think about and take back in. They're for you to surrender with love and let go. Don't worry about what everybody else has. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about what an Instagram post is telling you you will manifest if you type yes. 99.9% of those pages that are telling you type yes to affirm, type 111 to activate, you can manifest this, the universe, 2019 is going to give you all the money, blah, 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 blah. Type yes to affirm. If you go to their profile on Instagram and you click the link on their profile, these are clothing companies These are merchandise companies. These are companies that are selling products that are manipulating you with a form of marketing because you are into spirituality. They are dangling the carrot before you and slowly, slowly reeling it in as you're following. Start clicking on these pages. Yes, I am love, I am light, I am amazing, fantastic. You are going to get $1 million, all this, type yes and type yes. And I did an experiment with it a few weeks ago, and people just hope. Everyone is so full of hope because they want. Everybody wants something. And the only thing I truly want is for you to let go. Surrender the hate, the darkness, the temptation, the fear, the hurt. Surrender the joy, the happiness. Surrender the love. Surrender your entire vibrational being to the feeling of love. Let those frequencies around you, let that light, look, you feel it. Let it go through you because it is moving through you as you move through it. Don't embrace others' expectations or perspective. Don't live in others' fears. My dog is having a dream. I hear her inside. My dog Ahsoka, she's named after a Star Wars character. She always has these dreams and just all the time crazy dreams. Let's see, can we hear her? No, we can't hear her. But anyway, excuse me. It's almost 1:45. And what I would like to do with whoever's watching this now or whoever will watch this is do a little meditation right now if you'd like to. Just a little close our eyes, chill out. I'll say some things, I'll guide us through something, and maybe some of you will feel better afterwards. And again, I'm gonna ask you one more time to please, if you have purchased my book, please go and leave a review for it. It would truly help others. It would inspire me to pull more of that beautiful motivation inside of us. Book 2 is ready to come out. It's all ready, it's done, it's right here. And book 3 and book 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other thing I would ask that you do, as I mentioned, my YouTube series it's got great stuff in it, but it's dated. It doesn't represent me today. And you could take what you're learning, you can take the awareness, you can take the love, and you can spread it simply by taking this tool we call social media and helping out. None of this is just for you, it's for everyone. My site, on my site, some of you are watching this right now through my site. If you're on my Instagram profile, there's a link. It will take you right to my site. You can see this in widescreen on my site. There's a chat room on my site. You can chat there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. On my site is the archives. On the top, it says archives. There's August, September, and October. November, I did a private course, so there's no November. We're coming back now. This will be in the archive over the next few days for December. But there's August, September, October. There's 24 videos. And you can click on them, and you can copy the link, and you can share them. You can go onto your social media pages, and you can paste the link to any one of those videos that resonate with you. There's amazing topics. There are conversations there that you have been knowing will manifest and come into your path. You've been led here to my voice, my videos, my writings, by the signs, by the intuition, for a reason. One of the most common things I hear is I don't even know how I got to your page, but somehow I found you, and I'm so glad I did. And the truth is, It's me. Every day I pray for you. I pray that we find each other, that you find your way here so we can do this all the time. I want to do this with you every day. I want to meet you, be with you people, talk to you. I promise you. We make this. We create the shift and the movement by becoming a part of it, by supporting it, by sharing it and spreading it. And with that being said, we're going to do a little 5-minute meditation because we only got about an hour on Instagram. I can talk for as long as I want on my site, but for now, until you realize you can watch this on my site and we can talk longer than an hour on my site, we'll hold it off for today. This video is available for 24 hours. They click on my profile image on my profile and it says images and live on the bottom. You click live, you can watch this. It's telling me low battery on the one that I'm recording with. That's okay. So let's do this before I run out of battery on the one that's recording it in widescreen, because this is for Instagram. I've got the webcam going, 3 cameras in front of me right now. So real easy. Take a deep breath in with me. Comfortably let it sit there for a moment and let it out. One more time and let it hold in that space between breath. Take in light. Holding it. Let it resonate. We breathe in light. Science calls it oxygen. Close your eyes. Breathe out and let that light fall inside of you. One more time. Breathe in the light. Resonate. Release. Rest your hands comfortably. Breathe as comfortably as you can. Keep your eyes closed. The words I said to you today are absolute truth. You feel inside the resonating frequency that is letting you know it's truth. That frequency you feel right now inside of you is the higher awareness. Hold that frequency. Feel your skin, your scalp vibrating. Feel the skin on your body starting to shift. Feel inside your stomach quiver slightly when that frequency enters you. Hold that. We do not live in fear. There is no fear. We do not live in want because we are all we could ever want. We do not manifest for our ego and for our mind. We manifest as our heart resonates with the truth of our path. We live in the light of our breath each day as we breathe out the light and love for all around us. Breathe in with me. Resonate. Let it go. Breathe in with me. let it go. One more time. As you hold it, relax your face, your forehead, your cheeks, your chin, your shoulders, your mouth, your jaw, your tongue, your legs, your heart, your mind. Release. And stay here for a moment. With eternal gratitude and infinite love, I thank you so much for being here with me today, everyone. You can open your eyes, have an amazing day, go find that light because it's right here inside, all right? Have an amazing, amazing day. We will be live Thursday. This Thursday is the day. Get everyone you possibly can, please, for Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are all going in together and we are all going to see the eternal light together. Please leave the reviews. Please share the videos. And today I'm doing something very special for you with my book. I'll make a post about it later. Everyone, you know. You know. I'll see you later.